So, okay, just to follow up on the same, privacy seems to be one of the major issues, and if you look at encryption or anything, privacy seems to be a major issue when you look at implementing technology, as of today, which is more consumer friendly. Now, for instance, a very quick, remembering something very quick recollection is that I read the Google policies, and it said, we can tap you, we can have a log of your phone records, we can have a log of where you are, we can have a log of all your emails, we can have a log of all searches you do. So technically it has a log of my entire life. So similarly, there are a lot of people who are not probably going through a lot of these privacy documents, but then there's a threat to privacy that we can see. If everything of mine is monitored tomorrow, everybody knows where I am, what I'm doing. And I really don't want, there might be some private parts of my life I don't want everybody to know. So how do you curtail that right in the beginning, or does technology have to do something about, making sure this privacy is not a threat anymore?
I think it's not a technology issue, it's more of a policy issue, right? It's more of a social culture issue, because technology is probably doing things that you can open up everything, right? How do you use technology? What kind of laws and social culture you put in place is not in the realm of technology at all. It's like you can create an atom bomb, which can create a lot of energy, but how do you use it is being decided by a bunch of people who want how to use it. So I don't think the answer lies in technology for an issue that you're raising.
Yeah, I have the mic here. Can I ask a question?
This is literally the last question. I've been getting a lot of signals that we are completely out of time. So last question, sir.
My question would be to Dr. Remy. It's mostly about how the countries are spending the tax dollars towards the innovation by their society. I would assume that in your role, you would probably study the policies of various countries, maybe Israel, Europe, US, whatever you have. So what do you see? Do you see a general pattern, or do you see some, unique ways of how the countries are spending their tax dollars towards the innovation in the society? And in particular, any suggestions for India and how we should look at it?
So Ananta, if I understand you correctly, you're asking, has Dr. Kirion looked at different countries' directed innovation policies, and does he have a suggestion for India?
Right, that's about it.
Yeah. Yes, we have looked at various, of course, at the U.S., what they do in California, also Scandinavian country, South Korea, and of course they are very, very innovative. So we're trying to compare with Israel, of course, as well. There is a lot there. I think. And in the end, we're trying to incorporate pieces from all of those, but the bias that we have is against the next generation of innovator, so that to train them a little bit differently from the way I was trained. So when I did my study, when I studied brain research, at the end of my PhD, I knew everything about nothing. So that's at that moment in time. So now we try to be a bit more transversal as we discuss, so that yes, you need to be, if you want to be an engineer, you need to have at least strong base in engineering. But being exposed to other aspects, and I think there you bring these young minds, a few of them together, they'll do great things. You need to support them afterward. That's the challenge that we have now. If we start on that model, we need to keep supporting them from the private sector, from government, for many years, and various generations of trainees. But I think that's where we will try to make a mark. I think the training program, I'm sure like in India, in Quebec, is very good, but we need to do better in concerning the challenge of society for over the next decade.
Okay, I think we're completely out of time. I've been getting a lot of messages and hand waving coming at me. So, but I think it's been a fantastic fantastic conclusion to Vision Summit. We started with talking about innovations in memory, and we talked about innovations leading to products via fabless semiconductor products, as well as innovative products made in India for the world, which was the theme. And we are ending with looking at pure play innovation and the need for cross-fertilization and for cross-disciplinary action. And I think it's very, very clear that the three major constituencies which we as a trade body deal with, which is industry, academia, and government, I think all of them have to connect, have to walk together in this quest to reinvent India, as it were, that we're all going after. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I couldn't think of a better way to end a Vision Summit on than such a wonderfully different way of looking at this and looking at the future. And I don't think we could have found a better panel than this to debate this. Thank you very much. May I now request IESA Chairman Sanjeev Keskar to come on and give the mementos to the panelists. And ladies and gentlemen, please do stay back, because do remember that the tab or whatever it is that Torodex is giving away will only be given away if you are present. To Sanjeev, to our moderator Raj Khare.
Thank you, Raj.
Now to Professor Rudra Pratap. And to Dr. Remy Curion. Thank you all. Dr. Deven Verma. Looks like my string of luck is continuing. Or bad luck. Paulraj MK of Optimus Logic. Okay, you want to tell that to the audience?
No, what I'm suggesting is that if we don't find winner from within the audience, we'll pick up the three and finally select one and have the product sent across to the gentleman. Would that be okay?
I don't think they agree. Mitul Rastogi of Johnson Controls. Okay, I'm going to ask Raj to now come and pick a card, because it looks like my...
Hope I'm lucky. Ajit Kumar of ESSI. Ajit Kumar of ESSI. Yeah, maybe you should pick one more. Can you read this?
Shyam Kumar of Trigen.
Shyam Kumar.
Trigen.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic.
So Raj, your luck was better than mine.
Yeah.
Okay, Sanjay, thank you.